Have you ever felt that there's something mysterious about your life, as if there's an unmistakable mark that sets you apart from the ordinary? A hidden sign, reserved only for God's chosen ones, that transcends logic and reveals a powerful divine force? Today, I'm going to show you the secret that few people know, but that can change everything. This symbol, this special position, is not something you stumble upon by chance. It's directly connected to the wonders of God's purpose in your life. Don't leave now, because what I'm about to reveal is a mystery that transcends human understanding, but can bring absolute clarity about who you truly are and what you were called to accomplish. You are about to discover something that may be the missing key in your spiritual journey. Perhaps you feel like something in your life doesn't fit, that the common paths are not meant for you, or even that the world doesn't understand who you are. It may seem like you're carrying a burden, a sense of loneliness, or even a constant doubt about why you're here. But let me tell you something powerful. This is not a mistake, nor is it random. It's a sign. You've been marked with a greater purpose, and this feeling you have is evidence that there's something hidden, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. God chooses only the strongest and most prepared to carry this special mark. And today, you will understand why this happens and how to use this power to completely transform your life. What I'm about to share with you in this video is not something just anyone can hear or comprehend. It's a secret that few are able to recognize, but it holds the power to open doors you never imagined walking through. Throughout this journey, you will discover what it means to be chosen, how to identify the unmistakable signs that God places in your path, and above all, how to access the divine power reserved for those in a special position. But pay close attention. The final revelation, the true mystery behind the hidden sign, will be so transformative that you won't want to miss it. Stay with me until the end and get ready, because what's coming may be the piece that gives meaning to your existence. The chosen ones are people who carry a divine purpose in their lives, something that goes beyond what the human eye can see. They are identified not only by the difficult experiences they face, but by the strength with which they endure and transform those adversities into lessons. A chosen one is not defined by titles, status, or social recognition. They are defined by the positive impact they have on the world, even without realizing it. God marks them with unique traits: spiritual sensitivity, compassion, a deep worldview, and often an inexplicable sense of not belonging to the common system. Identifying a chosen one is not an easy task, because they usually don't stand out in conventional ways. On the contrary, they often face extreme challenges, are misunderstood, and even rejected. However, there are clear signs: an ability to see beyond appearances, heightened intuition, and a spiritual connection so strong that it seems to guide them even when they don't know where they're going. Have you ever felt like something greater is guiding you, even in moments of pain? That is one of the most powerful indications that you may be chosen. While many seek comfort, the chosen ones are prepared to face discomfort and transformation. They possess an innate ability to persevere and find meaning in seemingly senseless situations. The lives of the chosen are marked by intense spiritual tests that aim to refine their souls and prepare them to fulfill their divine mission. This distinction is not something that can be taught. It is an internal calling, a fire burning in the heart that drives them to act even when they don't have all the answers. Spiritual signs are like coded messages sent by God and the universe to guide the chosen ones on their journey. However, these signs are often hidden in everyday situations and can only be recognized by those who are attentive. An apparently ordinary event, such as repeatedly encountering a specific number or feeling a special connection with someone unexpected, can be one of these messages. Have you been ignoring these clues? Perhaps something much greater is trying to communicate with you right now. Modern life keeps us busy, distracted, and often disconnected from our spiritual essence. In this scenario, many signs sent by the universe go unnoticed. Have you ever wondered why certain patterns repeat in your life? Or why some people enter and leave your path at specific moments? These events are not mere coincidences. They are warnings, invitations to reflect, and opportunities to align your life with your greater purpose. Perhaps the sign you've been looking for is already right in front of your eyes. God gives signs to the chosen ones, but respects everyone's free will. This means that even with spiritual guidance, it's up to you to decide whether you are willing to listen and act. Ignoring the signs doesn't mean you'll be abandoned, but it can delay the fulfillment of your purpose. Think about this. How many times have you felt an internal nudge to make a decision but hesitated? Those moments are divine invitations to align with the greater plan that is reserved for your life. The chosen ones often find the most powerful signs in moments of pain and suffering. This is because these deep experiences have the ability to make us more sensitive to the spiritual world. When we are vulnerable, our emotional barriers fall, and that's when the signs become clearer. Have you noticed how, in your most difficult moments, something unexpected appeared to comfort or guide you? These are reminders that God never abandons you, even in your greatest trials. The connection between God, the universe, and the chosen ones is like an unbreakable bond. The signs sent are manifestations of this divine care, constantly guiding us even when we don't realize it. God not only observes but also acts through events, people, and circumstances. And the universe, as a reflection of divine power, conspires in favor of those aligned with their purpose. Your mission is to keep your eyes open and your heart receptive to recognize this guidance. Recognizing the signs at the right time can make all the difference in the life of a chosen one. They might serve as a warning to avoid a mistake, confirmation that you're on the right path, or even a call to act immediately. The question is, are you attentive enough to notice? Could the distractions of daily life be pulling you away from your true essence? It's time to slow down, look around, and reconnect with what truly matters. What if the sign that could transform your life is already in front of you, but you haven't recognized it yet? It's possible that the answer to your doubts is hidden in something you consider mundane. The truth is, spiritual signs rarely arrive in grandiose ways. They disguise themselves in simplicity, testing our ability to observe and trust. So, I ask you, what have you been ignoring? Perhaps today is the moment to open your eyes, hear the voice of the universe, and discover the divine power already within you. Many chosen ones go through periods of deep loneliness. It may feel like no one around you understands what you're feeling, or that your perspective on life is out of sync with others. Perhaps you've lost friendships, faced rejection, or felt excluded in situations where you long to belong. This loneliness, as painful as it may be, is not a punishment. It's a space God creates in your life for you to connect with yourself and recognize the divine signs being revealed. Have you ever wondered why your life feels so different? Why you face challenges that seem impossible to overcome? This constant doubt can be overwhelming, but it's also an invitation. It's God saying, seek answers beyond the obvious, beyond what you know. If you've ever felt this, know it's a sign that something greater is happening in your life. Rejection cuts deeply, but for the chosen ones, this pain often comes with a spiritual lesson. Rejection doesn't mean you are less worthy. It means you are being redirected to a specific path. God removes people, opportunities, and situations that are not aligned with your purpose. He's creating space for something greater and more meaningful. As a chosen one, it's common to feel like you don't fit into certain groups, environments, or even within your own family. This can bring a sense of helplessness, as if something is wrong with you. However, this disconnection is actually a sign that your mission is unique. You weren't made to follow the common path, but to walk a divinely designed journey. If you've experienced these pains, loneliness, doubts, rejection, or a sense of not belonging, know that you're not alone. These experiences are signs that something greater is being prepared in your life. God doesn't allow the chosen ones to live ordinary lives because they have an extraordinary mission to fulfill. Trust that these difficult moments are part of your spiritual training. Divine signs are all around you, but they rarely arrive in obvious ways. They may come as sudden intuitions, inexplicable coincidences, or even subtle chords in your heart when you hear certain words. Start paying attention to the details, how you feel in certain places, what catches your attention in your daily life, or dreams that seem more vivid than usual. Have you ever felt stuck, unable to move forward despite all your efforts? This feeling of stagnation can be painful, but for the chosen ones, it often signals that something in your life needs adjustment. Maybe you've been ignoring a call, or perhaps God is waiting for you to quiet your mind so you can hear His guidance. Finding purpose is one of the greatest challenges for the chosen ones. Often, it's hidden beneath layers of fears, external expectations, and doubts. To begin uncovering it, ask yourself, what truly makes me feel alive? Which experiences, no matter how small, give me a sense of peace or fulfillment? These clues might be small fragments of your greater purpose. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Take a deep breath. Now think, is there something you've been ignoring or overlooking? Some sign that, because it was subtle, you might have dismissed. Sometimes God speaks so quietly that you need to silence your mind to hear Him. Your intuition is one of the most powerful tools you have. It's like a spiritual compass, pointing you in the right direction, even when your logic says otherwise. Start trusting your instincts. If something feels wrong, even if everyone says it's right, listen to that inner voice. It's God guiding you. God also speaks through the ordinary. It could be a phrase you overhear on the street, a number that keeps repeating, or even an inexplicable feeling when you pass by a certain place. Pay attention to these small details. They might be the answer you've been searching for. If you feel stuck, start with small steps. Take a pause, reevaluate your priorities, and pray. Ask God for clarity about your next step. Sometimes moving forward doesn't mean rushing towards something, but patiently waiting until the path becomes clear. Chosen ones often find their answers in silence. Dedicate a few minutes of your day to disconnect from the world and connect with God. In this space of stillness, you may begin to notice the divine signs that were hidden by the busyness of daily life. This hidden sign is not something you need to desperately search for. It's already within you, waiting to be recognized. It's that spark of light that appears in the darkest moments, the feeling that something greater is watching over you. When you start to recognize and trust in this power, your life changes profoundly. Spiritual signs rarely reveal themselves in an explicit or instant way. God works through a process of growth, gradually revealing what we need to understand at the right time. This progressive revelation is like a spiritual staircase. Each step represents an advancement in understanding our mission as the chosen ones. Recurring dreams, unexplainable coincidences, and strong intuitions are some of the signs that emerge to guide our steps, but they often go unnoticed or are misinterpreted. This video is an invitation to look beyond the obvious and recognize these signs as divine messages. Dreams are one of the oldest and most powerful ways through which God and the universe speak to us. In the Old Testament, Joseph interpreted dreams that changed the fate of nations. And today, perhaps you've had dreams that repeat with striking details but seem random. These dreams may contain symbols pointing to decisions you need to make or directions you need to follow. Learning to recognize and decipher these messages is essential for the chosen ones, as dreams often reflect profound spiritual matters. How many times have you encountered a situation where everything seemed to align almost magically? Unexplainable coincidences are not mere accidents, they are signs. Imagine meeting someone who says exactly what you needed to hear, or reading a verse that speaks directly to your heart in a moment of doubt. These apparent coincidences are like arrows pointing to the right path. The connection to the divine becomes evident to those who are attentive to these details. Many chosen ones report feeling a strong intuition during critical moments. That inner voice, whispering a direction or warning against something dangerous, is often the manifestation of the Holy Spirit. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to ignore this intuition and rely solely on logic. However, for the chosen ones, listening to and following this voice is essential, as it carries divine wisdom that transcends human understanding. The Bible is full of examples showing how God communicates in subtle yet powerful ways. In 1 Kings 19 verses 11 to 12, God speaks to Elijah not through an earthquake or fire, but through a gentle whisper. This illustrates that divine messages are often found in quiet details, requiring spiritual sensitivity to be understood. These signs are still present today, waiting for the chosen ones to be ready to recognize them. Beyond biblical teachings, other spiritual traditions also recognize that subtle signs guide those with a special mission. Whether through coincidences, visions, or unexplainable feelings, these universal messages reinforce that a higher power is shaping the paths of the chosen. This unites divine teachings in a greater purpose, showing that God uses various means to communicate. Spiritual signs don't always come through grand events. They're often found in the simplest moments of everyday life. A common example is when a phrase, seen by chance in a book or on a billboard, seems to directly answer a question you had. Or when someone in a casual conversation says something that deeply resonates with your soul. These seemingly simple interactions are, in reality, divine touches meant to guide the chosen ones. Many times, signs come in the form of something unexpected, a door that closes, an improbable encounter, or even a challenge that seems difficult to overcome. These moments may feel uncomfortable at first, but they often hold profound lessons. God uses these experiences to shape the character of the chosen ones and strengthen their faith. Have you noticed how certain numbers appear repeatedly in your life? Sequences like 1111 or 7:7 are often perceived by the chosen ones as reminders of the divine plan. In the Bible, the number 7 represents spiritual perfection, while the number 40 is linked to periods of transformation. Paying attention to these numerical patterns can help you decipher what God is trying to say. Some chosen ones report feeling, quite literally, as though they're being guided by an invisible force. It's that sensation of being in the right place at the right time. This divine guidance can be subtle, but becomes clear to those who are spiritually attuned. Spiritual signs are easily overlooked if we are not paying attention. In Matthew 13 verse 16, Jesus says, "Blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear." This shows that the first step to recognizing signs is to develop an awakened and receptive awareness aligned with the divine purpose. To effectively interpret dreams, it's important to keep a dream journal. Writing down the details as soon as you wake up helps identify patterns and recurring messages. God often uses specific symbols that, when analyzed, reveal clear guidance for the chosen ones. Recognizing spiritual signs requires faith. Often, they defy logic or don't make immediate sense. However, you must trust that God is working behind the scenes. By opening yourself to the possibility that these signs are real, you become more receptive to divine guidance. Spiritual signs are not just for contemplation, they demand action. When you notice a sign, ask yourself, what is God asking me to do? Moving toward your purpose is what transforms signs into tools for your mission. Being chosen means living a life guided by signs. This isn't something that happens occasionally, but rather a constant state of connection with the divine. The more you recognize and respond to the signs, the more clearly God communicates. And this is exactly what transforms the lives of the chosen ones. The ability to see what others cannot and follow the path God has prepared. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for sharpening your spiritual sensitivity. During meditation, you silence daily thoughts and create space for divine messages to become more noticeable. Start by dedicating 10 to 15 minutes a day to a moment of silence. Focus on your breath or recite a sacred word like peace or light that resonates with your soul. Quietness not only calms the mind, but also creates a clear channel to perceive intuitions and signs that might otherwise go unnoticed. Prayer is not just a request or expression of gratitude, it's a profound conversation with God. For the chosen ones, prayer is an opportunity to align their will with the divine will. Try creating a sacred space for your prayers, a place where you can connect with the Spirit without distractions. Be specific in your prayers. Ask for clarity to interpret the signs and discernment to know when to act. The more consistent you are in your practice, the sharper your perception of divine guidance will become. Often, signs go unnoticed because we don't ask for them. Before starting meditation or prayer, clearly declare your intention. God, allow me to recognize the signs you have placed in my life. When you ask sincerely, you create space for your awareness to receive the answers that were already being sent, but that you may not have been ready to see. We live in a noisy and hectic world where it's easy to get lost in distractions. Setting aside moments of silence and contemplation is essential for the chosen ones who wish to interpret the signs. This silence doesn't have to be literal. It can be an inner stillness amidst the chaos. By contemplating nature, listening to spiritual music, or simply observing your breath, you create a space for divine messages to reveal themselves. A spiritual journal can be a transformative tool to increase your awareness. Use it to record dreams, coincidences, intuitions, or even inexplicable feelings you experience throughout the day. When you revisit your notes, patterns may emerge, revealing a path you might not have noticed before. This journal also becomes a powerful record of how God is working in your life, strengthening your faith and trust in the process. Divine power is the ability to align your life with the spiritual mission God has entrusted to you. This power is not something external or distant, it resides within you. Accessing it requires a combination of spiritual practices and self-reflection. The more you connect with God, the clearer your mission becomes. This alignment not only enhances your perception of the signs, but also strengthens your courage to act on them, even if it challenges norms or expectations around you. Often, divine signs are present in the here and now. However, we are so preoccupied with the past or anxious about the future that we fail to notice them. Practices like mindfulness can help bring your awareness to the present moment. Try focusing entirely on a simple activity, such as drinking water or walking, while thanking God for that moment. This total presence opens your spiritual eyes to details that might otherwise go unnoticed. The Bible is an inexhaustible source of signs and revelations. Many chosen ones report that, when they open the scriptures by chance, they find passages that speak directly to their hearts. This is not a coincidence. Dedicate daily time to studying and reflecting on the Word, asking the Holy Spirit to guide you in your reading. This practice not only deepens your understanding, but also strengthens your alignment with God's will, making it easier for you to recognize the signs. Although the path of the chosen ones is often lonely, connecting with others who share the same journey can be deeply enriching. Sharing experiences, praying together, and exchanging insights strengthens the understanding of signs and the connection to your mission. Remember that where two or more are gathered in God's name, He is present. Matthew 18 verse 20. Spiritual fellowship creates an environment conducive to the manifestation of clearer and more powerful signs. Recognizing the signs is only the beginning. True divine power manifests when you act upon them. Often, signs point to decisions or changes that require courage and trust in God. Acting in faith is what transforms the potential of signs into real impact in your life and the lives of those around you. This is the state of alignment with your spiritual mission, recognizing that you are not alone, that there is purpose in every sign, and that by fully trusting in God, you become a channel for His light and power in the world. The idea that only the chosen ones have access to the hidden sign is not just fascinating, but profoundly true. This happens because the chosen ones are spiritually sensitive people, aligned with a higher frequency of divine energy. This hidden sign is like a spiritual key, given only to those who have the courage to break free from the distractions of the material world and seek the essence of their true mission. It is not visible to everyone because it requires a level of spiritual preparation that goes beyond common perception. Only those who have undergone internal struggles and profound transformations can recognize it, as it is closely tied to the purpose God has established for their lives. This restricted access to the hidden sign is directly related to the need for spiritual protection. Imagine the impact of such a powerful tool in unprepared hands. The sign is not something that can be understood or applied by those who live only on the surface. It requires facing internal battles, overcoming fears, and resisting the temptation to give up when everything seems lost. The chosen ones possess this inner strength, and that is precisely what makes them worthy of receiving and interpreting the hidden sign. It functions as a divine code, activated only when the chosen one is ready to fulfill their purpose. To recognize and interpret this hidden sign, silence and introspection are essential. We live in a noisy world where the connection with the divine is often drowned out by daily distractions. However, the chosen ones have the ability to detach from this noise and dive deeply within themselves. It is in this place of stillness that divine messages become clear. Introspection allows you to access a sacred space within yourself where the truth of your purpose is revealed. Silence is also a powerful tool because it creates space for the divine voice to be heard. Often, the answers we seek are already around us, but we can only perceive them when we quiet our minds. In this state of calm, you begin to realize that the hidden sign is not something distant, but a divine manifestation that has always been present in your journey. You simply need to learn to listen to it. Recognizing the hidden sign requires spiritual sensitivity and constant practice. It can manifest in many forms: a recurring pattern of numbers, unexpected encounters, symbolic dreams, or even a strong sense of intuition. The secret lies in being attentive and receptive. Often, the sign is hidden in situations that seem ordinary, but carry profound meaning when interpreted through the eyes of faith. This is why the chosen ones must cultivate a life of mindfulness. Being attentive doesn't just mean observing what's around you, but also reflecting on how these situations connect with your spiritual purpose. Signs often appear to confirm that you're on the right path, or to guide you when you feel lost. They are reminders that you are not alone, and that there is a greater plan in motion. One of the most practical ways to connect with the hidden sign is to create a spiritual journal where you record everything you consider a possible sign. This helps identify patterns and interpret messages that might initially seem confusing. Write down your dreams, meaningful coincidences, or even thoughts that repeatedly come to mind. Over time, you'll begin to see these signs forming a kind of mosaic, revealing deep truths about your purpose. The journal also serves as a form of validation. Often, the signs you notice today will only make sense in the future when you look back and see how everything was interconnected. This practice strengthens your connection with the divine and increases your confidence in following the directions you receive. Mindfulness is essential for recognizing and interpreting hidden signs. It means being fully present in the moment, free from judgment and distractions. This practice helps increase your spiritual sensitivity, allowing you to notice the small details that often go unnoticed. Mindfulness can be cultivated through meditation, prayer, or simply moments of conscious pause throughout the day. By practicing mindfulness, you also create a state of receptivity where divine energy can flow freely. It is in this state that the hidden sign reveals itself more clearly. Additionally, mindfulness helps reduce anxiety and fear, allowing you to fully trust in God's plans for your life. Positive affirmations are powerful tools for attracting divine revelations. When you declare words of faith and power, you align your mind and spirit with the frequency of what you wish to manifest. Affirmations like, "I am worthy of receiving divine guidance," or "I am open to the signs God has for me," help create an energetic field conducive to the manifestation of the hidden sign. This practice also reinforces your self-confidence and strengthens your connection with the divine. Affirmations should be repeated daily, preferably during moments of introspection and silence. Over time, you'll notice that they not only attract more signs, but also help you interpret them with greater clarity. Integrating these strategies into your daily life may seem challenging at first, but with consistency, they become a natural part of your routine. Set aside a specific time each day to record signs in your journal, practice mindfulness, and repeat your affirmations. Create a sacred environment where you feel connected to the divine. This can include a prayer corner, candles, or symbols that represent your faith. As you incorporate these practices, you'll begin to notice a shift in your perception. What once seemed ordinary will now be seen as a divine manifestation, guiding you toward your purpose. This process of integration also strengthens your confidence in the journey, reminding you that you are on the right path. When you start applying these strategies, something incredible happens. Your spiritual sensitivity increases, and you begin to recognize signs that previously went unnoticed. This is the transformative power of the hidden sign. It not only confirms your mission, but also gives you strength and direction to keep going. You'll realize that the answers you've been seeking were within you all along, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. This transformation is not just personal, but also impacts those around you. When you live aligned with your purpose, you become an inspiration to others. Your example shows that it's possible to overcome challenges and live a full and meaningful life. The hidden sign is more than a divine message. It's a gift that confirms your identity as a chosen one. It's proof that God is working in your life, guiding you toward your purpose. Recognizing it requires practice, patience, and faith, but the fruits of this journey are immeasurable. By following the strategies we've shared, you'll not only find the hidden sign, but also learn to live according to it, transforming your life in powerful ways. But here's something few understand about the hidden sign. It doesn't just confirm your identity as a chosen one. It also carries a specific message that can completely change the course of your journey. There's a crucial detail in this sign that most overlook, and this is what separates those who thrive spiritually from those who remain trapped in uncertainty. I will reveal this transformative truth later in this video, but first, we need to address something essential: the traps that can cause the chosen ones to ignore these precious signs. While the hidden sign is available to the chosen ones, there are subtle traps that can cause many to ignore or even reject this divine gift. The first is skepticism. In a world increasingly dominated by logic and science, many struggle to believe in what they cannot immediately see or prove. This skepticism can block your spiritual sensitivity, causing you to dismiss signs as coincidences or mere imagination. Remember, God's greatest mysteries cannot be explained by human tools. They are experienced through faith and connection. Another powerful trap is the distractions of the material world. We are surrounded by obligations, deadlines, social media, and external expectations that consume our attention and energy. This overload can disconnect you from your spiritual essence, making you insensitive to the signs God sends. The chosen ones must be vigilant against these distractions and prioritize moments of introspection and silence to reconnect with what truly matters. When you accept the divine power that the hidden sign brings, something extraordinary happens. Doors that once seemed closed begin to open. This is because recognizing and interpreting the signs is like receiving a map that guides you to paths previously unimaginable. This power is like a spiritual key that unlocks not only external opportunities, but also the inner strength needed to face them with courage and wisdom. Accepting this power requires more than belief, it demands action. This means trusting the directions you receive, even if they seem challenging or outside your comfort zone. The signs often lead you to paths that require growth, learning, and overcoming, But it is precisely in these moments that you discover the greatness God has reserved for your life. Ignoring the signs or resisting them can come at a high cost. Many chosen ones miss valuable opportunities because they are trapped in limiting thought patterns. Whether it's due to fear of the unknown or the incessant pursuit of external validation, denying the signs is, in truth, a denial of your essence as a chosen one. Accepting the sign is accepting your spiritual identity, and with it comes a life aligned with a greater purpose. For this reason, it is essential to be mindful of these traps and committed to overcoming them. God never delivers a sign without a reason, and it is your responsibility as a chosen one to honor it by recognizing its presence and acting upon it. Remember, the hidden sign is not just a gift, but also a spiritual responsibility that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. We are approaching the revelation of the hidden sign, but first, I want you to reflect on something very important. What happens when you ignore a divine calling? Many chosen ones spend years in a state of doubt, feeling an inexplicable emptiness, as if something is constantly missing, yet they cannot identify what it is. This emptiness is not a punishment. It's a message, a reminder that something greater awaits them, and ignoring it can lead to consequences that affect not only their lives, but also the purpose they were called to fulfill in this world. When the signs sent by God are ignored, the most common result is stagnation. You may feel stuck in repetitive cycles, living a life that feels disconnected from your true essence. This feeling of frustration, of going in circles, is a reflection of not recognizing your spiritual mission. God not only gives gifts to the chosen ones, but also sends clear signs to show them when and how to act. Ignoring these signs is like walking blindfolded toward a cliff. What's most surprising is that the signs don't stop being sent, even when you decide to ignore them. They appear subtly, in dreams, in the behavior of those around you, in events that seem like coincidences. But if you continue to reject these alerts, life begins to send more intense messages. It's as if the universe is turning up the volume, so you finally listen. Unfortunately, many people only recognize these signs after facing significant losses or crises. God never abandons a chosen one, but He also doesn't force you to fulfill your mission. He waits patiently for you to awaken, to realize that the restlessness within you is not weakness but strength, yearning to be unleashed. And this is where many get lost. By confusing this restlessness with common dissatisfaction, they end up seeking external solutions for a calling that can only be answered internally. Now, I need to ask you something important. Have you ever felt as though something inside you is trying to manifest? A force, a talent, or an idea you can't quite explain but that keeps surfacing? Perhaps this is the moment for you to stop and listen carefully. Are you ready to discover what could change your life forever? Are you willing to accept that there is a greater purpose waiting for you? Denying the calling is like rowing against the current. It takes immense effort and leads nowhere. When you ignore the signs, you choose resistance, and this consumes your energy, leaving you more vulnerable to the pressures of the world. It's important to understand that divine timing is perfect, but it is also limited. Signs are not eternal, and the opportunities God places in your path may not wait forever. We've reached a crucial point. The hidden sign that transforms the chosen ones is not something you'll find outside yourself. It's not in grand events or external miracles, but within you. It's an inner calling, a silent voice that speaks directly to your heart. Often, it emerges in moments of solitude or introspection, urging you to connect with your divine essence. Ignoring this is like rejecting the compass that could guide you to your true destiny. The hidden sign manifests as a profound certainty amidst uncertainties. It's that moment when you feel compelled to do something, even without fully understanding why. It could be a desire to help others, explore a talent, or completely change your life. But to hear this calling, you must be willing to silence yourself. The noise of the world often drowns out God's voice within you, which is why meditation, prayer, and reflection are so important. The restlessness you feel is not random. It is a divine force trying to lead you to something greater. When you recognize this, the first step is to accept that you are not alone. God will always provide the resources and the path for you to move forward. But action is required. Faith without action is sterile, and action without faith is empty. When you combine the two, the hidden sign not only reveals itself but transforms your life. Now that you know what happens when you ignore the signs and understand that the true calling is internal, ask yourself, are you ready to take the next step? This is the moment to pause and reflect on everything you've been through. Could it be that those difficult experiences were preparing you for something greater? Could it be that you already have all the tools within yourself to recognize the sign and transform it into power? We've reached the most anticipated moment of this video, and now everything will make sense. If you felt that your life is full of inexplicable challenges, or that a greater force is guiding your every step, get ready, because the hidden sign I'm about to reveal is the key to unlocking your true purpose as a chosen one. It's no coincidence that you are here today. This knowledge is powerful and transformative, and recognizing this sign could be the beginning of a new journey. Pay close attention, because what I'm about to share is a divine gift, reserved only for those who are ready to embrace the power they have been given. The true sign that transforms the chosen ones is the unshakable connection to their intuition and purpose. This bond doesn't simply appear, but is cultivated through experiences, challenges, and moments of deep reflection. When this connection is strong, it becomes an inner guide, almost like a divine beacon that lights the way, even in the darkest situations. Chosen ones who recognize this connection understand that they are not alone. There is a greater purpose in their lives that transcends any adversity. This sign manifests as a powerful inner certainty, a feeling that cannot be ignored. It's that subtle yet persistent voice that guides decisions, inspires actions, and calms doubts. This intuition often defies logic, but carries profound wisdom that transcends human understanding. Chosen ones frequently describe the sensation of knowing without knowing and of being led down a path that feels predestined. The voice that guides the chosen ones is not random. It is deeply aligned with the divine purpose placed upon their lives. It's as if God whispers directly to their hearts, directing each step. In moments when everyone around them doubts, this voice remains steady, bringing the courage needed to move forward. It prevents impulsive decisions, brings peace amidst the storm, and confirms that you're on the right path, even when the world seems to say otherwise. God gives us the tools to hear this voice, but it's up to us to pay attention and act. Intuition and purpose are divine gifts that need to be cultivated through faith, prayer, and spiritual connection. Many drift away from this sign because they allow the noise of the external world to distract them. However, those who learn to quiet their minds and listen to their hearts discover that God is always speaking, revealing their purpose and guiding their every step. Recognizing and accepting this sign not only transforms the life of the chosen one, but also the lives of everyone around them. Divine purpose is a calling that, when answered, changes everything. Intuition serves as a map, while purpose is the destination. Chosen ones who align with this calling find strength, clarity, and a unique ability to overcome any obstacle, because they know they are fulfilling something greater than themselves. One of the greatest struggles for many chosen ones is distinguishing the voice of intuition from external noise. This voice is neither impulsive nor desperate. It is calm, steady, and full of peace. When you feel a direction that brings clarity and a sense of purpose, that is the voice of God-guided intuition. On the other hand, voices that bring confusion, doubt, or fear usually stem from the ego or external forces attempting to steer the chosen one off course. Although this connection is transformative, it doesn't come without challenges. Often, following intuition means making difficult decisions that may seem unreasonable in the eyes of the world. It might mean leaving behind people, places, or situations that are not aligned with your purpose. But it is in these moments of surrender and trust that the chosen one discovers their true strength. The more you trust the sign, the clearer the journey becomes. Intuition is how God communicates directly with the hearts of the chosen ones. That's why it often manifests as an inexplicable peace, even amid chaos. When you learn to trust this sign, you'll see that it never fails. Every step you take, guided by this inner certainty, reveals more of the divine purpose God has prepared for you. To strengthen this connection, it's essential to invest time in spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and reflection. These practices create space for the divine voice to become clearer and for you to align with your purpose. Additionally, surrounding yourself with people and environments that nurture your faith and spirituality helps maintain focus and confidence in the journey. Now that you know the true sign that transforms the chosen ones, the question is, are you ready to embrace it? This is the moment to listen to your intuition, to seek the purpose God has planted in your heart, and to act with faith and courage. This sign is your greatest strength, your greatest protection, and the key to a life aligned with God's will. Don't ignore this voice. It is the most precious gift you can receive. You have everything you need to live out your mission, and this divine power is in your hands. No matter how many challenges you've faced or how much circumstances have tried to weaken you, what is inside you is greater than any external obstacle. Now that you understand the true sign of the chosen ones, the unshakable connection to your intuition and purpose, it's time to trust in this gift. You were chosen for a reason, and that reason is greater than you can imagine. Are you ready to use this power? Believe this. Transformation begins when you embrace who you truly are. Start today. Look at your life with new eyes. God is speaking to you in ways you may not have noticed yet, but now is the time to open your heart and pay attention to the signs. Every step, every feeling, every intuition is part of a greater plan. And I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt something you believe to be a divine sign? Share your story in the comments, as it could inspire other chosen ones to recognize their own signs. Let's build a community of support and inspiration, because together we are stronger. Now that you've discovered the hidden sign that transforms the chosen ones, don't stop here. In the next video, I'll reveal how God uses you to overcome narcissists and fulfill your divine mission. Don't miss this revelation that could change your life forever. Click now and prepare for something powerful.